Hi guys, hope you're doing well today. It's Fred and Sheila with Hatfield, McCoy Museum Adventures and Fred and Sheila Investigates. And this is part two.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're just going to continue on. We got up and
Mhm.
stretched and
Yeah.
moved around and filled the coffee cup back up. We're going to go at it again. We're just going to pick up where we left off. In that last video, we left off at number 36 or 37, where Dennis Hathcock had. So we're going to pick up at number 34.
Okay.
We left off at 33, where we was talking about the Southwood Inn, where Dennis Hathcock and Mike Elam had met with the TBI.
Okay.
So number 34 is an interview. It's an audio interview with Ann Henderson from 7-Eleven. And then number 35 is an interview with Dennis Hathcock,
Uh-huh.
7-Eleven, same day of 23. Number 36 with a star beside of it says document, a signed picture of Dennis Hathcock
There we
on New Hope Road, crime scene on August the 12th, 1967. So I imagine what that is probably a newspaper where Dennis Hathcock was looking in them cars,
Okay.
Buford's car or whatever. Remember?
Yes. There, yeah. Henderson.
It says a signed
Henderson.
picture. So somebody wanted Dennis's autograph, evidently,
Signed
of
picture.
Dennis Hathcock on New Hope Road, crime scene on August the 12th.
Okay.
Number 37,
It's weird.
document, a hand-drawn sketch of New Hope Road, crime scene,
Mm-hmm.
Site 2, August the 12th, 1967, by Dennis Hathcock, 7-11-23. So Dennis has drawn them a sketch, I guess, of what the road was like back then. Road should be just like it is today, except that it was graveled,
Right.
wasn't blacktop chip. It was gravel, but the road's as wide as it is today.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Baldwin tries to say that it was a single lane road. Sheila showed pictures where,
Travel road, yeah.
yeah, single lane graveled road. No, it's a double lane. It didn't have the yellow divider, the double yellow lines, or the when Sheila and I were there, but it was still the same width. You can look at the vehicles back
Right.
then.
Mm-hmm.
Number 39, investigative activity. Got some investigative activity going on. Search of the third floor of the Hardin County Courthouse
Really?
for case evidence. What is that, 6 or 7?
It's about 7.
6 or 7 locations that they have now searched, trying to find evidence that they've lost on the Buford Pusser case. They're at the Hardin County Courthouse and they're trying to find case evidence. This is July the 12th of 2023. They're 6 months in because they first met or talked with Mike Elam in January of 2023. So they're 7 months in.
Mm-hmm.
This is July, and they still looking for evidence. Met with John Curtis Sloan Jr.
Oh,
at
wow.
200 Crump Landing Road in Crump, Tennessee. Attempt to locate case evidence. That's 8. 8 places
Mm-hmm.
that the TBI has been trying to find evidence that they've lost dealing with the Buford and Pauline Pusser case from 1967. We know from their own reports that 1976 was the last time that anybody saw it. Now they're at John Curtis Sloan Jr.
Right.
Now remember, John Curtis Sloan
Mm-hmm.
was that senior, I guess,
I think so.
was the TBI agent
Yes.
that worked
Yes.
with Warren Jones back then.
Right.
So this must be his son's address.
Mm-hmm. He gave permission to search the premises or something.
attempt to locate evidence, investigate activity, New Hope Road scene, a walkthrough with Dennis Hathcock. Now, guys, I don't know where Crump, Tennessee is. How far is Crump, Tennessee from
That's
Adamsville? We'll have to look at that. We may put up a little map right here off Google Map.
okay.
Is it in McNairy County? Are they still in the same area? Or is it somewhere else? Because if it's somewhere else, it's on July the 12th of 2023.
Mhm.
Are we doctoring our report and just putting dates down? Or are there more than one agent or two agents or four agents? Because they usually travel in doubles.
Good point.
So if there's two agents meeting at Curtis Sloan's, John Curtis Sloan Jr.'s residence
Mhm.
on July the 12th, and then we've got
Sure.
Dennis Heathcock is giving them a walkthrough on New Hope Road. That's at least four agents, or they're within driving distance in that one day.
Mm-hmm.
Investigate activity. Search for shell casings at Buford Pusser Museum. Guys, the TBI is so competent that they've lost the case file and all the evidence. And now they're going to their alleged suspect's museum to see if maybe,
They had them on display.
just maybe, they can find some casings that killed Pauline in 1967. Search for shell casings. Number 41 there. And that's also on the 12th, July the 12th. Interview. This is by audio. They've made a tape of it with Lydia Ruth Travis. We tried to contact her. We couldn't get no
Response.
we never got a response
Yeah.
because we wanted to ask her some questions. Did she say that Moffett said Buford was going to kill him like the TBI wrote in their report? They said that they had written that it was going to Buford was going to get him killed.
Mm-hmm.
We think she meant by making all these arrests and going after these bad guys.
The things that they were doing. Yeah.
But the TBI, somebody had written in there and said she thought Buford, that Moffett thought Buford was going to kill him. That's what they wrote. That was in
Exactly.
their words, like the third party so-called statement that they did on Buford, Pusser, and Moffett.
Mm-hmm.
They wrote it in third party. She thought Moffett meant Buford was going to kill him. His best friend, his chief deputy.
Yeah.
We'd like to talk to her. We'd like to see what her thoughts were. And that's okay that we don't,
Yeah.
because if she's still alive come court time, when this trial comes up for depositions or for trial,
Mm-hmm.
they'll get to talk to her under oath. This will be one of the people that can stand up and be counted and say, yeah, that's what I told the TBI, or they can stand up and say, no, this is what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mr. Howe.
So
They took it out of context. They changed my words. They wrote something different, whatever he said when we talked to him.
yeah, he said they changed some of his words.
And she may very well, I look for her to say the same thing. Just from the way everything else in this case has went,
Mm-hmm.
could be wrong. Who am I? Number 43, investigative activity, inquiring concerning case evidence, possibly at old TBI headquarters on Foster Avenue in Nashville. They're in Nashville, Tennessee, guys. They're now in Nashville. Number 9. This is the 9th. Well, the museum. This is the 10th. The 10th place that they have searched. Are we on the same page?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. It's 46.
This is the 10th place in 7 months that they have been trying to find evidence dealing with Buford Pusser and Pauline's case. Nothing. So they're at TBI headquarters, Foster Avenue in Nashville,
Mm-hmm.
7/24 of 2023. Number 44, a meeting. Michael Parsons, Brent Booth, PIO Kelly McAllister with Dennis Hathcott, and they're meeting at Cracker Barrel
Corn,
in Corinth,
Corneth,
Mississippi. Corinth.
Corneth. Mhm.
Either some of these dates is really, or they done a lot of moving. Either somebody's doctored some dates
Mhm.
and put these dates, or they've done a lot of moving, a lot of places in one days, and we don't know.
So on July the 24th of 2023 is when they met with Mr.
At
Hathcock.
Cracker Barrel.
Mhm.
Well, they're in Nashville. They're at the headquarters in Nashville.
Okay.
And then they met at Cracker Barrel with Dennis in Mississippi.
Okay.
And now, 24th, they're meeting with the Public Safety Department, Homeland Security Commissioner
Wow.
in Nashville. So that's two of the straight days. But let's go back up here and get where we're
Okay.
at.
So we were at Dennis Hathcock at the Crackle Barrel. Now,
Number 45, telephone
okay.
conversation with Michael Parsons and Brent Booth with Tennessee Department of Public Safety and Homeland Security Commissioner Jeff Long. See all these names, guys? Jeff Long, he's in there forevermore. All these people, they made the Buford Pusser file. They're in history. Inquiry concerning case evidence, possibly at the old TBI headquarters. So this is 12 different
Wow.
people or places, at least 12 headquarters in Nashville, but this is at the TBI. This is at the Homeland Security office.
Wow.
Number 46, interview. Former TBI Special Agent Ray Presnell on 7/25 and 7/26. Agent Presnell, what did he do? What did he know? These are names that's never come up in this investigation whatsoever during 1967, 68, all the way up to Buford Pusser's death in 74. Never heard any of these names, but look at the names along with the expert witnesses they hired, the pathologist, the anthropologist, all these people. Look how many people's involved in the Buford Pusser case now. Telephone conversation on 7/25. 7/25. You leave, is that up there big for them? Yeah, let them
Yeah,
see
it's up
that.
there big so they can see it.
Michael Parsons with TBI, Amy Emberton. Amy Emberton, inquiring concerning evidence boxes in the closed case file at TBI headquarters. Guys, that's
Wow.
13 or 14 that they're meeting, trying to track down any kind of evidence they can. So they spent the majority of their time trying to track down evidence that they've lost since 1967. Unbelievable. I don't know why I've got there. Mississippi. Let me see here. TBI headquarters, 7/25. Document number 48. Transactional data requested for Curtsy Nix, Federal Correctional Institute. A filler, some kind of data request for Curtsy Nix. Why are they investigating Nix so much? They end up pointing their finger at Buford Pusser. See, I think people know. I think at bottom line, and maybe someday, I'm telling you guys, I've seen everything in 40 years. And I'm hoping and I think that someday the good Lord will bless us all to know that the truth. I think either Dennis or a TBI agent, somebody's going to come forward and say, hey, we were led in this direction, but here, and here, here's what happened.
Yeah.
You talk about being famous. 49, investigative lead, audio recording of Mike Elam. Whoa. With Levon Plunk. Now, it's an audio recording where Mike Elam was supposed to have taped Levon Plunk. We haven't heard that. That's just showing what's in this file, but they're telling us, the people that have heard it, that it's nothing like Mike Elam describes on his podcast of her saying things that she said that that it's not there. We don't know. You guys that's got the report or got the audio will have to let the rest of us know.
Yes, please do.
Number 50, investigative lead documents from Mike Elam interview with former McNairy County coroner. Is it funny, guys? The TBI is going by Mike Elam's book and by Mike Elam's evidence. Mike Elam actually has, or they're saying here that he does, a report from the McNairy County coroner, Ward Moore. Now, what's this coroner report on? Because they've already got Dr. Pillar's report from our first video. They've already got McNairy County coroner Dr. Harry Pillar's report.
Right.
Who is McNairy County coroner Ward Moore?
Yeah.
What does Ward Moore?
Have to
Did
do.
they have two coroners? I doubt it. Usually a county has one coroner, one sheriff, one. Huh. Who is this? It don't say who it pertains to. Maybe it will in a minute.
So you want me to look it up?
No, we'll look it up and put it at the bottom of the screen if you want, if there's something, if it's important.
Okay.
But isn't it? Here's my point, guys. Hear me out. Sometimes the evidence that you don't have is more important than evidence that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Did they intentionally leave some evidence out here that would be of interest to us, inquisitive minds? Did they intentionally leave something out? Because we've not heard Coroner Ward Moore, McNairy County coroner, because we thought Harry Pillar was the coroner during Buford Pusser and Pauline Pusser's deaths.
Right.
He was there for Buford when he died in 74, and he was there for Pauline in 67. Who's this guy? What's this about? And why ain't they telling us what it's about? Is it just a filler? They just want to throw it in there? Or is it going to hold some importance? They had to go get the report from Mike Elam. Is that not funny? Is that not? Mike Elam is running their investigation. I hate to brag on Mike Elam. He's pointing them in any direction other than a direction that I bet that they should be going. But he's doing a good job of it. You got to give him. He manipulated, in my opinion, the TBI and Mr. Davison and the Attorney General of the 25th District in Tennessee. He manipulated them. I know they hate to hear that, but that's not just Fred McCoy's feelings. Go to Facebook, go to YouTube, go to Instagram, go to X, go to, it's out there. It's out there. And it will be out there forevermore, just like Buford Pusser's a murderer forevermore. Because there's also people, since they said that, there's people that's going to believe that forevermore. So they didn't get nowhere with their scam. They didn't get nowhere with it. There's still going to be people that looks for the truth, that looks for evidence. So they didn't turn out to be these big hero book writers, these big hero prosecutors, these big hero TBI directors. They didn't turn out like that. They just, and hopefully when these trials come up, these civil cases, hopefully it'll go the other way where they'll be proven. That's going to be the happy day. 51, babe. Telephone conversation. Babe, interrupt me anytime.
No, you're fine.
Telephone conversation with Special Agent Brent Booth with retired TBI Director Jeff Puckett concerning potential location of case files. 14, 15, 16 people. Wow. At least 16 locations or people. Potential location of case files. They're talking to a former director of the TBI. He's retired now. Hey, Jeff, where's Buford Pusser's case? Lord, I don't know. I've never seen it. Guys, going on down to the next one there, 52, investigative lead, audio recording of Mike Elam with Bill Way. This is somebody that Mike Elam has recorded, and he's gave the recording. the way I look at it.
Right.
And Mike Elam has given this recording, Bill Way, to the TBI. Mike Elam is running the investigation for the TBI. Mike Elam is taking things from his podcast, things that he's done over the years as a narrative to slander Buford Pusser. And now he's given that to the TBI
Mm-hmm.
and they're running with it. Ever who Bill Way is, I'm sure we'll find out.
Yeah.
Request and what relevance would it have be to Buford Pusser or Pauline's ambush? Sheila and I were talking earlier. We had to take a break. My back spasm and I had to get up and move around. We're back here now, but we were talking
Mm-hmm.
on that break. Mike Elam loves to make a big deal out of Louise Hathcock. Well, he does that because of Dennis. That's Dennis's aunt. He loves to massage Dennis's ego and family history and let him think that he's wanting to build them up. And he brings
Okay.
up Louise any chance he can. Louise Hathcock's death, as far as that day, the ambush day, as far as proving Buford Pusser's guilt,
Mm-hmm.
has zilch to do with it.
That's right.
Louise Hathcock or who done her autopsy or anything about her, if that's who it is, I could be wrong.
The only thing that Miss Hathcock, might have in it is retaliation from where
I agree.
he had to kill her the year before.
The year before, killed
That's the only connection.
Buford killed her the year before in 66.
Mm-hmm.
Pauline dies in 67. What matter about Louise's autopsy, if that's who he is, that's the only person I could come up with. I'm thinking,
Right.
guys, why can't we just stick with who's this Bill Ray? Who's this?
Yeah.
Who's these other people?
I'm not sure.
Why can't we just stick with Buford Pusser's evidence? Do you have an eyewitness that was walking down the road that morning and said, "Whoa, Buford come through here and shot the fire out of her"? That's what we need, an eyewitness. There are no eyewitnesses. There was no eyewitnesses back in 67, other than the people that done it. And several of them now are deceased.
Yeah. Yep.
Request for examination of blood analysis. S.A. Corey Latham, Kansas Bureau of Investigation. Now, this is funny. And I could be wrong. Guys, I could be wrong about anything I say. I know I keep saying that, but and I don't even know why. But Corey Latham, Kansas City Bureau of Investigation.
Okay.
They want to make sure, and even Mr. Davison did that on the stage that day at the podium.
Mm-hmm.
Corey Latham opines that this or that, and Kansas City Bureau of Investigations. But yet, the first thing they put up when they do this reenactment, the first thing they put up at the front of that video was no law enforcement agencies, nobody's associated with this, and this is solely the what? You sure want to make attention out of Kansas City Bureau of Investigations right now in the report. So when these people says that they're not associated with a police agency because they've got their own firm, because they got their own private business, their own entity, and whatever they say in that is not connected to their law enforcement side of it, where you can't sue the police department, I believe that's incorrect. I'm not an attorney, didn't even stay at a Holiday Inn last night, but if you'll look right there, it says Kansas City Bureau of Investigations. So I would assume that the Kansas City Bureau of Investigation is assuming responsibility for any knowledge or any opinions that this Corey Latham has given the TBI, or that the Pusser or Vance family has a question about. You can say at the beginning of a video where we have no relations to any police department, and you can say that, but it's in the report here. You're taking credit for being with the Kansas City Bureau of Investigations. Now, the question is, why would you go to the Kansas City Bureau of Investigations instead of the FBI? Bloodstain pattern.
Mhm.
Why would you go to the Kansas City when you could have went to the best in the land, the most well-equipped, the most educated, the most technologically advanced people,
Yeah.
law enforcement in the land, the FBI? But you would rather go out and pay a private entity, a private person? If I'm correct, these are expert witnesses. Expert witnesses are for hire, and that's something that will come out in court in these civil cases. We'll get to see how much the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation got to pay. If they do the discovery, like I think good attorneys will, they'll file for a discovery and they'll ask for all the canceled checks, all the receipts, everything, and they'll do a total add up at the end of the day on how much the TBI spent for services from other agencies and other doctors and other expert witnesses that they could have gotten for free from the FBI or from a government entity, from the Tennessee Medical Examiner's Office.
Right.
You didn't have to hire Dr. Reveal. You didn't have to pay an expert witness. You could have called in the chief medical examiner. Here in Kentucky, we do. We would just call in the chief medical examiner here in Kentucky. It's free. It's a statewide service. They're state employees. Why would you go hire Dr. Reveal when you could have just called in the Tennessee coroner's office, medical examiner's office?
Good question.
I don't know why. I don't know. They may have a good answer.
Yeah, they might.
They may have a good answer. Hopefully, these attorneys during these civil cases will find out what those answers are and see if the public, if the citizens of Tennessee agree that, hey, yeah, we should have spent this much money on this nonsense rather than getting a free service from the FBI or the coroner's office, medical examiner's office,
Hmm.
money that we could have been spending on trying to find missing children.
Yeah.
Examination. Request for examination, medical review from Dr. Michael Reveal. That's funny. I didn't even see that. TBI medical consultant.
On
He's, go ahead, buddy.
6/9/23. I was reading the
He's a
date.
medical consultant. He's for hire. He's the one that has the ad there. If I'm right, we've made several videos on it. You can Google Dr. Michael Reveal, and it used to have a thing on there and says he does investigative
Mhm.
stuff. And if you're not
Mhm.
satisfied with his work, money
Mhm.
back. He's got the money back seal there, money back guarantee. If you're not satisfied with the report I give you, I'll give your money back.
Yep.
How can you do any business if you're not pleasing your customers there? I don't know. 55 newspaper articles, condo news article, Buford Pusser legend, a hoax by Jerry Heacock, published January 21st, 1982. They got this report on July the 21st
Mhm.
of 23. This was a newspaper article that somebody pointed us to
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago. Again, Sheila and I have only been doing this since August 29th. We've only been Buford Pusser researchers since this
Right.
press conference.
Mhm.
Somebody wrote us a while back and gave us that name
They sure
and
did.
gave us the story. And evidently, this guy didn't like Buford
Reveal.
Pusser,
Mhm.
and he put an article in the paper on it in 1982.
Hmm.
1982. That's funny because the files, they went looking for the files in 83. Remember? The files has been missing since 76, but the first time anybody knew that the files and the evidence was missing wasn't until 1983.
Exactly.
1982. Did this guy go ask, or did the newspapers go ask the TBI? We're doing a story on Jerry Heacock. Well, they got all these names down there: Hathcocks, Heathcocks.
Mhm.
And the newspaper has gone and asked for TBI for the report. And they've went, well, we can't find it. We don't know where it's at. That was in 1983 when they started sending these letters out.
Mhm.
They had to go get a newspaper article.
Yeah.
Anything dogging Buford Pusser, anything that may have go to anybody that knows anything bad or a story to tell on Buford Pusser. That's who we want to talk to. Have you noticed we talked earlier about exculpatory evidence? Anything that would make Buford Pusser tend to prove his innocence, tend to prove that he didn't do this. Well, he couldn't have done it. He was in Mobile, Alabama on August 12th of 67. So that would prove he didn't do it. If he's somewhere else, that's exculpatory. Isn't it funny that everybody we see in the TBI's report, think
Mhm.
about this, I could be wrong, but everybody that we have seen in the TBI report so far or
Mhm.
read about has been anti Buford Pusser.
Yeah.
Baldwin, Elam, uh, whatever her name was up there a while ago, Hal,
Travis, Lydia, or
yeah,
Mhm.
everybody. Isn't it funny that we've not run across one person that had anything good to say about Buford Pusser? Now, he got elected 3 straight terms, the youngest sheriff to ever be elected in Tennessee,
Yeah.
in McNairy County.
Right.
Got elected every time he ran until he couldn't run no more. We haven't heard the first compliment. We haven't seen the first person they've interviewed that had anything but bad,
Hmm.
mostly hearsay, mostly slanders.
Yeah.
And we're going to hear more when we talk to these women and Mr. Howe and different people. Think about that. Here's
Yeah.
Jerry Heacock.
Mhm.
We know he's got nothing good to say about Buford. Arrested him. Buford arrested him. Isn't that funny that the people that's mostly the witnesses against or got something bad to say about Buford Pusser was actually arrested or charged or something by Buford Pusser
Or a family member or something.
or
Yeah.
a family member of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, look at the big picture. Don't be fooled.
Yeah.
Don't let people pull the wool over your eyes. The sad part about this whole case is, and I've said it, and I've said it and said it. The sad part about this case is the fact that this is the TBI. This should be the most embarrassing thing to the governor, Bill Lee, in Tennessee, and the people of Tennessee. The most embarrassing thing is not that you've got a sheriff that they've accused of killing his wife. Most embarrassing thing is that you've got a state police agency, law enforcement agency, and they've lost all the evidence that could ever be. When I say evidence, I don't even mean evidence of a crime that was committed. They've lost any evidence that maybe could have cleared Buford Putzer. Maybe that's the reason the evidence come up missing. Maybe Warren Jones, maybe Sloan, maybe some of these people says, hey, he could prove his innocence with this someday. Let's get rid of it. I don't want him being able to prove.
Yeah.
And that's another good reason. Not that the evidence, the shell casings, the bullets, the blood would have proved him guilty.
Mhm.
Maybe they knew there was something there that would have proved him innocent. And they wanted that rumor that they started back in 67 that, what was that prosecutor's name that done the story? And Abernathy.
Abernathy.
Thank you, babe. Abernathy. Let's keep
Interesting.
this going. Let's keep these rumors going. If I can get rid of these shell casings and these bullets, photographs, possible photographs of suspect Buford Hayes Pusser's injuries from Mike Elam. Guys, I tell you,
Wow.
this is the most embarrassing thing for the Tennessee Bureau of if I'd been in the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, if I would have been the director of the Tennessee Bureau and I knew they lost the evidence, I knew we had to go to Mike Elam, a loss prevention guy, to get our evidence and get our pictures and to get this stuff and these stories, I would have said, hey guys, don't touch this case with a 10-foot pole. This is going to make us look like the Keystone Cops of this is the daddy. This is the granddaddy of Keystone Cops, in my opinion, guys. I swear I hate to insult them, and I'm pro police all the way. I'm not police abuse. I'm not about unfair and dishonest police.
Mhm.
There are good police out there.
Sure they are.
But when you're a police agency and you have to go to somebody like Mike Elam to get your evidence, stop that case right off the bat. Go ahead, babe. I'm sorry.
Well, my question is, why did they get it from him when the museum has it on display themselves? Why get it
Possible
from?
photographs of Buford Hayes Pusser's injuries. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
they didn't want
this.
them to know, babe. You think they're not going to be embarrassed that they're already running all over the country
Yeah,
trying to find
that's
evidence?
true.
What
Yeah,
are they going to do? Tell Tina
Tina.
or ever who's at the museum at the time?
Hmm.
Hey, can we look around and see if you got any evidence in here? If something we can put in our file, we're trying to prove old Buford's guilty and we need some.
It's.
How would we go to? If we wanted, again, back to our last scenario, if we want something bad on Buford Pusser,
Mhm.
do we go to the museum that
Well,
he's a hero at?
uh-huh.
Or do we go to his nemesis? Do we go to the kryptonite and say, hey, Mike said they asked him, they said, when he gave him the gun, they said, you got anything else? And he said, how much do you want? Goofy, plumb goofy. How much do you want? Because Mike can shovel it out there faster than they can put it in a report. Mike Elam gave them pictures of Buford's injuries that he got from newspapers, that he got from books from 12th of August and so forth. They couldn't even go. I
Mm-mm-mm.
feel you. 57. Interview audio. Sheila Ann Willis.
Hmm.
727. Interview audio. Rhonda K. Addington. I believe these are the two ladies that was kin
Mhm.
to Shirley and
And
Junior Smith. I believe this is and Barbara something.
yeah.
One of them's mother was Barbara something, and
Hmm.
the other one's aunt was Shirley Smith.
Yeah.
We've covered this, guys.
Hmm.
We've covered that. These people here, in my opinion, wanted to get their name in the Buford Pusser Forever History book. There it is. There's their names forevermore in there. Now, what I would advise people to do is when you're going through these things is go do criminal histories. You authors out there that's ever going to do a book, we have no intention of ever doing a book on Buford Pusser or Pauline or nobody.
Hmm.
But all you people out there, if I was an investigative reporter or news reporter, we don't have time. We're getting ready to get off this pretty soon.
Yeah.
We've got to. This has made me, I ain't lost my religion, but man, it's been a strain on my religion. I'm sure not living like I should or was before this came up because these people are dishonest and they're deceitful. And when I see deceit, I call it out.
The good Lord will take care of it.
But these people like this right here that wanted their name in this report, do criminal histories on them, do research, see what they're like, see how credible they are.
Hmm.
That's what you would want to do. They wanted their name to be in history books. They wanted to be a part of this case. Let them be a part of it, but let them be a true part of it. Let them, if they've had anything in their record of deceit, if they've had anything where, then show it. It's up. They've opened the door. Show it. Someday, we'll go on. Someday.
Okay.
Number 59, request for examination, forensic anthropology review of Dr. Dana Messer, West Tennessee Regional Forensic Center. Anthropology.
Yeah.
Anthropologist. That's the anthropologist that said that Pauline
Yeah.
had a well healed
Right. Yeah.
nasal fracture.
Yeah. Right. That's her.
Anthropologist, the study of bones, skeleton,
Mm.
skulls.
You're right. That was her.
She said in her report, now
Yes, sir.
this lady's not hired. This lady, from what I can understand, works for the Tennessee Forensic Center. She's an employee.
Okay.
She has no reason to put something one way or the other. She's not getting paid other than her salary. I could be wrong, but I believe that. And she said in her report that Pauline Pusser had a well healed nasal fracture, well healed. Could have been years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't 3 days ago. 3 days ago would have been, it takes a nasal fracture a while. I've had three, I've had several of them. Takes a long time for it to heal. She said it's well healed.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, now we did a video on it. I ain't gonna beat a dead horse, but remember Mark Davison, when he took the stage that day, he said after the bullets, there's no bullets in her head. There's nothing to compare digging her up out of the grave and examining her. Only thing they found was she'd been shot. She's 33 years old and she's dead. Been murdered. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then somebody said, wait a minute, she's had a broke nose at one time. Oh, wait a minute. Buford's an abuser. And then all of a sudden, Mike Elam or whoever found it says, oh, look here,
Mm-hmm.
we got a report here from Moffett. Moffett says she was beat up 3 days. Buford Buster's best friend is chief deputy. His daughter says never had a bad word to say about daddy.
Yep.
And daddy never had a bad word to say about him.
Yep.
Mark Davison said she had a healing nasal fracture.
Yeah.
A healing
Mm-hmm.
nasal fracture. If you guys don't see the difference in well healed and healing, if you don't see the deceit, if you don't, in my opinion, I don't think it's just my opinion. I think it will. I think when it comes out in court, you'll see the deceit. He said in his own voice, healing fracture.
Yeah.
He's got the report. He's the prosecutor. He can review that entire. He knew they was missing the evidence. He should have known that nothing was there. He had nothing to go on, but he says, hey, let's go with the nasal fracture. He's an abuser. Let's see where that gets. Let's see where it goes at the end of the day. I think it's deceit, but that's my opinion. Number 60,
Okay.
investigative statement analysis of Buford Hayes Pusser's statement concerning his personally owned rifle. Interview audio, Brenda Moffett. We don't have that, see? We don't have none of this audio stuff. We don't have none of these reports. This is just the index of what's in them. Imagine. But number 60, investigative activity. They've all
Yeah.
got together and they're having a powwow
Mm-hmm.
and they're discussing. Let's analyze suspect Buford Pusser's statement concerning his personally owned rifle. Let's look at his statement. Okay. Where is the statement? Remember, guys, the file's been missing since 76.
76. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The file's been missing since 1976. Who else would have a copy of Buford Pusser's statement? Where would his statement be? And if there is a statement, wouldn't it say at the top, like everybody else's statements, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, agent so and so, date
State.
so and so, address, interviewed at, witnessed by,
Mm-hmm.
transcribed? If he wrote it himself and they transcribed it, it would have been typed out and it would have said transcribed by,
Right.
and it would have had the signature of
Signatures.
Buford Pusser or Jim Moffett, and
Mm-hmm.
it would have had the witness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We don't have that, guys. We don't have no statement of Buford Pussers. We don't have no statement of Jim Moffett. They don't. They don't have it. Now, they can tell you that. They can speak that into history. They can speak that into videos. They can speak
Mm-hmm.
that into reports, and they can call it analysis, statement analysis. Because, see, when they call it statement analysis,
Mm-hmm.
you and all these other people out here, especially in 20 years from now or 30 years from when we're all dead and gone, somebody else looks at that and they say statement analysis. Okay, here's where they was looking over Buford's statement. Buford has no statement, guys. That's spoken into history. That's to give the implication, to imply that they're reviewing Buford Pusser's statement. They're reviewing something that either Warren Jones wrote, Mike Elam wrote, could have been even Oakley Baldwin. We don't know. Anything is possible in this day and age of the computer. Old typewriters, old typewriter font. We did an experiment on one of our videos where we
Mm-hmm.
took old 1960s typewriter font. It'll come up. It's got a
Typewriter
key
font.
up here, a key
Mm-hmm.
down there. The ink fades out.
Yeah. And again, as we stated before, it's written in third person. It's not Buford telling the story or this
Writing it
giving a
out where they
statement.
transcribed his statement. I went left on New Hope Road.
Exactly.
I did this. I stopped
And
there. I
that was
done.
the headlights, and then the firing
Yeah, I didn't do
began.
that.
Yeah.
It says Buford said he did this. Buford said he done that. Buford, that's not
Yeah.
Buford's statement.
He
There's no
wouldn't have
way,
wrote that.
unless you've got an audio. Now, look at here. See here, guys, you've got audios. It says here you got a audio of Brenda D. Moffett. Oh, that's great. That means they've got a written statement from Brenda. They've got her, it's transcribed out, but they've also got the audio tape. Wow. Why'd they do that for? Why do they do that for? Why do they have audio of these other people? But they don't have an audio of Buford Pusser. They don't have an audio of Jim Moffett. Jim Moffett says Mike Elam says he says in the statement that he told a TBI agent that Buford Pusser killed his wife. That TBI agent should have been brought up on charges. You all should be investigating this TBI agent if he's still alive, taking him before a grand jury, Mr. Davison. If Jim Moffett told a TBI agent that he knew that Buford Pusser killed his wife,
Yeah.
and that TBI agent didn't put Jim Moffett before a grand jury, y'all should be charging that TBI agent because he's a conspirator. He's joined in. He didn't. Do y'all believe that? Do I believe that a TBI agent done that? What you got, babe?
Nothing. I'm just looking at. I'm going to check something out real quick. So
Okay.
you go ahead. I'm looking at something
Okay.
else. I'll let you know in just a few.
Interview number 62. Interview oral. William T. W.T. Yarborough.
Yarborough.
Don't know who that is. It don't say who that is. We don't know who that is or what it pertains to. Probably nothing. Probably a space filler. Request for examination. Digital conversion of 3 Edison Diamond Disk Technology and Innovation Division. Probably something to do with the expert witnesses, in my opinion. I don't know. I won't speculate. Digital, so it's not 1967. We know that. Maybe a reenactment, maybe anything at all. Would have nothing to do probably with proving Buford Pusser killed anybody, especially his wife. Investigative activity, search of TBI headquarters, case closed file room for case evidence. TBI headquarters, now they're looking in a closed case file storage room. Now what is this? 18, 16, 18? I don't even know now.
I've lost count.
16 or 18 places that they have searched so far for this file and this clothing and these shoes and this blood splatter and these spent casings and these rounds that was taken out of the doorpost of that car and out of the dashboard. There's bullets that's been removed from that car. There's bullets that didn't go all the way through and out the other side. There's bullets that they removed. All that stuff has been lost. They're still looking for it. 65. Medical report. Medical review by Dr. Mike Reveal, TBI Bureau of Investigation medical consultant. He's paid. They're paying him to be a consultant for the TBI. Now he's getting paid again. This is the third time that I can remember, three at least, maybe 4. But they're talking to him again. Now, if you guys think that when Dr. Reveal talks to them, gives him his opines that I didn't even know what was, if you think he's talking to them, I may not knew what opines was at one time, but I'll tell you what I know. I know that this consultant is charging the TBI, the state of Tennessee, every time he talks to them. You can guarantee he's got that meter running.
Wow.
Now, they could have got free from the state. They wanted that paid. Why paid consultant? Well, wait a minute now. 100% guaranteed. If you're not satisfied with my opinion, lab report number 66, lab report, Kansas Bureau of Investigation. Now, remember a while ago, They said they're not affiliated with no law enforcement agencies, but they sure want to put these law enforcement agencies in there as if they're part of this investigation. They said it during that reenactment. They're not part of the investigation. They don't, not connected with no law enforcement agency. They sure put it in the report. The attorneys get to that. And hopefully, if they're working on the clock, maybe they can check the clock on that day at the office. And if they're supposed to be working at the Kansas Bureau of Investigation on the same day that they've made a report for the, and they can compare a timesheet with a report that was turned in to the TBI and it's got the same dates and times. Well, you can't be on the clock at the Kansas Bureau of Investigations and doing private work at the same time. I'm not saying they did. That's something I would look for as an investigator. I would try to compare and see if any of these reports has the same dates of anybody. Dr. Reveal, if Dr. Reveal's on the hospital staff or on the medical examiner staff and he's supposed to be on the job, he's getting paid. I don't know this, but it would be something I would look at from all of these expert witnesses to see if there's a cross reference. You can't get paid from the same entities for doing two different jobs.
So called double dipping or something?
Double dipping, babe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Double dipping. 66 lab report, Kansas Bureau of Investigation, bloodstain pattern analysis. Report by Senior Special Agent Corey Latham. Blood splatter pattern. He's got pictures to go from newspapers and from books because the file's been gone. The file's lost. But he's going to give them a blood splatter analysis. Yeah. 60, not from the car. Car's long gone.
Right.
But by pictures. He's going to take photographs and tell you. Photographs probably from 12th of August book or one of them. Medical report from anthropology consultant, Dr. Messer. Consultation. She may be paid, guys. She may have even gotten paid. Maybe she don't work for the state. Consultation. So no, she's just giving them a consultation probably. I'm trying to look back up here to.
Okay.
68. Property release. TBI case file investigative reports 3 through 66. Property release.
Released.
Yeah.
Huh?
TBI case file investigative reports 3 through 66 of what? 3 through 66 of what report? Investigative report. Because Buford's case report is 5-644, I believe. What is this case report? TBI case investigative reports. 6 through 66 of what? Is this Louise Hathcock? Is this? It doesn't say what investigative reports this is.
Doesn't make sense, does it?
Interview. Audio. They taped them. Sandra D. Bird. Who is that?
Oh, interesting.
Who is that? What? I'm lost my numbers here, ain't I? What number was I on? That's 69. So I have lost 70.
Okay. It's up at the main top, but we can't see it, I don't think.
That's okay. 71. Lab report. TBI Cybercrime and Digital Evidence Unit. Digital Evidence Unit from back in 1967, guys. Cybercrime. Digital Evidence Unit. Digitized. On analog vinyl recording report. Chet Mason. We know it ain't got nothing to do with 1967, guys. This is a filler.
Okay.
In my opinion. 72, investigative activity. Enhanced. Now they've enhanced it. Digital video from original case file. Original case file. I hope the attorneys remember this because either they have found the original case, not a duplicate, not something they photoed, not because it says here original case file. Now they've been looking for this. Let's see if we see anywhere down through here in these next volumes or the next pages where they're still looking for the case file, because if they are, there's some deceit here because it says here digitized from the original case file.
Digitized video.
from the original case
Yeah.
file.
Huh.
Thought they lost the case file. They've been
Yeah.
looking everywhere for high and low for this case file. They're saying here they found it. TBI Cybercrime and Digital Evidence Unit, digitalization of analog vinyl recording report.
Hmm.
Chet Mason. There's your subpoena. Oh, Mr. Mason can appear in court on that day and explain exactly what he's talking about there and
That was on August the 10th.
give an update. Yeah, August the
Okay.
10th. 73 video recording of Beverly K. Martin. Video recording. Now she's deceased,
Yeah.
but hold on. Dennis Hathcock, newspaper article, TBI social media, Facebook post.
What?
Oh, guys, we're going to come. Poor old Buford. He ain't got a chance. He's guilty on Facebook.
Mm-mm.
Video recording of Beverly K. Martin. She's deceased.
From Dennis
From
Hathcock.
Dennis Hathcock. I'm sure that's in favor of Buford. I'm sure, whatever she's got to say is in favor of Buford because that's all we've heard about today. I'm being facetious because we've not heard one person that is in favor of maybe evidence or in favor of the truth. But we got Dennis Hathcock that's got a tape of somebody. I'm sure somebody out there will listen to it and fill us in later on. And especially on Facebook, see if you can find a Facebook page for Brenda K. Martin. Brenda K. Martin. Maybe look up an obituary for her.
Okay. I'll see what I can find out.
Request for examination, technology and innovation division, digital conversion of 9 Edison diamond disc. Where'd these discs come from, guys? Could these be from Mike Elam? Could this be something where he's copied his podcast down? I don't know. Number 75 is something interesting to look at, see what they're talking about, and subpoena somebody to court and let them explain what this has got to do with. Property receipt. 3 Edison diamond disc from TBI Technology and Innovation. What's that all about? Property receipt. When you get a property receipt, means you check something out of evidence.
Really?
You've taken evidence out of the property room and you've checked it out and you've signed the receipt. And
Okay.
when you turn it back in, you'll get a receipt back or they'll check it back in. Property receipt. 77, investigative lead. They've got an investigative lead here from email. They've got an email lead from S.A. Brent Booth concerning Denny Black. Did you find anything on her?
No, I mean there was different names there, but I don't know which one would
we'll
be
get to
her.
it.
But I'll
Somebody will
keep looking.
Guys, if you know these people, and we just got a call a while ago. We had to take a break.
Yeah.
And talk to one of our friends down in Adamsville that calls us periodically, and he'd been watching our latest video, and he said he only got through 12 minutes of it and had to turn it off for a while. His blood pressure got up so high from listening to he's watching a video of Mr. Baldwin.
Yeah.
He said he couldn't believe. We can't neither, sir.
Sad.
We can't neither. But anybody out there that knows these people, we're calling off names, or you know what their relationship is, or where they're going to come in
Miss
at.
Martin is deceased, so she probably wouldn't have a Facebook page. Really.
Well, if you don't, you can still have a Facebook page. If you don't give somebody your password before you die, that Facebook page stays up. Look at Debbie Hatfield.
Oh, yeah.
Look at Stephen Hatfield.
Yeah.
They stay up there forever.
Okay.
Lady on there begging for food. Before she died, begging for somebody to bring her some food.
Okay.
Property receipt, investigative lead email from Brent. He's looking into Denny Black. Anybody know Denny Black or what? Interview audio with Denny Harold Black. So in September the 20th,
September 20th, Denny Harold Black.
They interviewed him and made a tape. 79, investigative activity, distance, speed, time, test from New Hope United Methodist Church to 21 Stench Road, New Hope Road, Guys, Tennessee, to bridge at first alleged ambush site. They have done a reenactment and they have drove from the church. They wanted to see how long it took because somebody said that Buford said maybe they come out from behind the church. I don't know where they come from. Guys, you ever drive down the road talking to your wife or somebody and
Mm-hmm.
you don't even pay no attention where you're at? You've passed your exit
Oops.
or you pass wherever you're going and you got to turn around and go back because you wasn't paying attention. They can't understand how somebody snuck up on Buford. He's sitting there talking to his wife. They're starting their day. They're starting their vacation. They're hard to tell what they were talking about.
Yeah. Talk about probably what all they were going to do on vacation. Hard
And
to tell.
you lose your spot. You don't pay no attention to what's behind you or who's following you or if anybody's following you or you're not looking in your mirror.
Mm-hmm.
It's still break of dawn. It's dark.
Mm-hmm.
You're if somebody comes up behind you, they're going to have headlights on. You wouldn't if you don't see headlights, you're not going to pay no attention because
Right.
there'll be nobody driving without any headlights. Somebody says, "Oh, he thought they pulled out from behind the church." He could also thought they come off that other road and just joined in as he come down. They were just waiting on him as they come by. I'm sorry, Pumpkin. Knock my wife out. Could that be? But they want to emphasize, just like they do on these witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
They've not talked to the first person here that's pro truth, what they would call pro Buford Pusser. How about pro truth? How about pro evidence? They've not talked to the first person yet. So why would they give you anything exculpatory? Why would they give you anything other than
Mm.
he said they come out from behind the church? There's no way to get out from behind that church and back out here on the road and catch him before he gets to the bridge. There's no way you can. Okay. If there's no way, then that means they wasn't parked behind the church. Maybe you should use the other road that comes in and joins in. Maybe they come shooting down through there where they were already at a row. How many people's going to be on the road that morning when they come through?
Exactly.
But see, they're not going to look at any other option. You've never seen another option where, well, they may have come off that road there. Well, they may have done this. Maybe probably followed him from his house.
Yeah.
They probably followed him from the time he left the house when they seen him leave.
Exactly.
But again, this is just something that they wanted to put in their report and say, we done a reenactment and there's no way you could catch him. Okay, maybe. Have you thought just maybe they didn't pull out from the church like Warren Jones put in his synopsis? Maybe Buford didn't even say they come out from behind the church. But if he did he say it in a manner, yep, they come out from behind that church? Or in a statement of fact?
Mm-hmm.
Or did he say, I don't know where they come from? They could have come out from behind the church. They could have been hiding there. They could have. And they said, okay, let's just test it from here. Number 80, document National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Guys, what they're doing here, and I did that a while back, Sheila, and Sheila did it. I mentioned, I believe, but looked up and see what time the sun rose in Adamsville, Tennessee,
Mm-hmm.
in McNairy County, Tennessee, on August the 12th, 1967. Google. What time did the sun come up? Break of dawn, August 12th, 1967, Adamsville, Tennessee. And I believe it will tell you the sunrise was at 5:11.
Mm-hmm.
5:11 a.m. So if that's dawn, if that's the dawn, then that means it's already been coming up. It's coming up over the horizon. That's just what they classify as officially daylight. Photographs of S.A. Taylor Yoder and S.A. Sarah Turner seated in vehicle. Oh, this is your people. This is your reenactors, guys. This is where they put at the reenactment when they had the lady that was nowhere the description of Pauline Pusser in
Okay.
that vehicle, and they were using them. And here's their names. And we said that people wanted their names. People would do this to get, they're forevermore associated with this trial, with this case. That's where they're at. They were seated in the vehicle on October the 4th, 2023. 82 documented route maps of quickest routes and actual route driven. You know, I had a guy, it's on here, had a guy texted me a bunch last night. He was a sweet fella. He's a retired police, and he grew up. He grew up in Mississippi and Adamsville. He was
Mm-hmm.
born in Corinth, Mississippi, and he
Okay.
grew up in Adamsville all of his life. I'll never find it, but he sent us maps. He sent us maps and showed us the road. And he said he'd been reading FBI. He's got the TBI's report. He's got it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, do they think they're fooling people by saying that it was took this long to drive here and it took that long to drive there on this road and that road? This is 1967. He said in 1967, 45 was not even completed or was not even started or whatever he said.
Mm-hmm.
In 1967, that road was not through.
Mm-hmm.
Red lights, stop signs. He was talking about going into Mississippi. He was talking about everything that they had come up with in this report. He was, and boy, he was on a roll with it. So it's not just Fred and Sheila McCoy. There's people out there for these attorneys to contact or contact us when they get ready to do this. And we'll send you some names. And if these people want to help you, they may help you and they may not want to. It's up to them. But I think they would, especially this guy. He was from there, and he doesn't like being fooled. And he
Right.
said to people, the TBI is trying to pull the wool over people's eyes. That the roads that they're talking about, and the way to the hospital, and the way to
Mm-hmm.
that's not the way it was back then.
I'll include the maps on here so they can see.
Okay, are they on my phone or on my messenger?
They're on your phone that
Okay,
he sent it to you, and then we'll just look it up.
okay. Photographs of them, document routes. Driven by Buford Pusser on August the 12th. Route driven by Buford Pusser on August the 12th.
Okay.
Documented maps of closest and furthest hospitals available to Buford Pusser. It says on August the 12th, 1967.
Yeah.
But this guy, this must be what he's looking at because he's saying that that's not 1967. That's not true. He said they're using today's
Maps.
where they're at, the hospitals and different
Mm-hmm.
things.
Okay. Okay.
Request for medical examiner's consultation. What is that? 5, 4, or 5?
Wow.
That would be with Dr. Reveal,
Reveal.
medical examiner, or that could be with what
Uh,
was her name?
Dana Messer. Miss.
No, the other one,
Oh.
Herrera or something, Hanera or something. That could be the person, the pathologist that done the number 85, investigative activity, attempt to locate and interview Scotty Jordan. I imagine Scotty Jordan is probably kin to Hollis Jordan
Mm-hmm.
on the bar and grill there that he was going to that night.
Mm-hmm.
So this is probably a grandson or son of his. No
Yeah.
doubt, hearsay. No doubt hearsay. But if his dad owned a club
Huh.
or his grandpa or somebody, no doubt Buford Pussers had to respond there at some time or another. And no doubt they probably didn't like Buford Pusser because I don't think we'd see his name here that they was trying to talk to him if it was a friend of Buford's. I just don't see that. I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Missing or meeting. Number 86, meeting. Michael Parsons, Brent Booth, FBI, Scott Lawson, FBI, TFO, Rodney Weaver, and retired Joe Craig and 25th District Attorney General Davison, and Ray Crouch, whatever it is. They had a
Crouch.
meeting. They had a meeting. Maybe it tells you in those documents what the meeting was about and what was discussed and how it went. We don't have that.
That was in October. So.
Photographs of vehicle with measurements. Now remember, they don't have the vehicle. Remember, Mike Elam did a video of a guy in Georgia or somewhere that happens to have a Plymouth One, Ferry One, 67 model. They went and done a video on it, but it wasn't good enough to buy it. They didn't buy it and shoot it up, used it for the demonstration,
They got the
they got
measurements
the
or
measurement stuff.
something.
Well, they could have done that, babe, from Googling
Yeah.
the stats of a 1967 Plymouth Ferry. They could have done that by calling Plymouth
Yeah.
Chrysler and saying, "Hey, do you have the?"
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You didn't
That's
have
a
to
good
go.
idea.
You went and measured it. Yeah, you didn't have to go measure. You could, but that gave them a trip. That gave somebody a food voucher, meal voucher, a travel voucher, and they had them a good day going and coming, hotel room, and no doubt stayed all night. We didn't go nowhere. We didn't stay all night. When I was a policeman, that's part of it. Photographs taken and measurements of the vehicle. 88, property receipt. A property receipt for a Colt Python 357 Magnum and a Remington 357 Magnum and 180 ammunition from Ronnie
Faulkner.
Faulkner to Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons has went to Supply, my opinion, and he's checked out a Colt Python 357 Magnum and a Remington 357 Magnum
Mm-hmm.
and some 180 grain ammunition from
Hmm.
the evidence room or from who? A property receipt? That would be. They didn't take something out of the evidence room to go out and shoot, did they? No,
I don't know.
surely not.
Well, I mean, the property
Property
receipt.
receipt. It could have been something they checked out. Maybe it's TBI. Maybe it's guns that the TBI owns where they supply their
Yes.
weapons.
See.
Colt Python 357 Magnum and a Remington 357 Magnum with 180 ground ammunition from Ronnie Faulkner
ASAC.
to Special Agent in Charge is what the
Mhm.
SAC is, I believe.
Okay.
Michael Parsons.
So I wonder, does Mr. Faulkner own these types of guns?
No, no, I knew he wouldn't have been checking them out. Property receipt. Well, now he could have. No, he's an officer too from
Yeah, I'm saying.
ASAC.
From
I was going to
him.
say maybe that's a gun store. They went and checked them out from a gun store and just signed.
Yeah.
No, he's checked that out either of the property room.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, the attorneys.
Now, don't get to the
This
money.
is a good question for them to ask somebody. What's this about?
Hmm.
Them attorneys is going to go over these reports. By the time this case is over, you'll get to see that Buford Pusser not guilty of killing his wife. It's a shame that they're going to have to prove his innocence, but they're going to prove it to you. They'll show you
I hope so.
through their own files, through their own records, because they got nothing. Buford didn't do it. Not hard to prove something didn't happen when it didn't happen. 89, interview with Brenda L. Armstrong. Audio. Who is that?
Don't know.
Brenda L. Armstrong. Anybody out there that's read the report, heard the audios? If you can fill us in the comments, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Guys, we took a break a while ago. My back acted up. I had to get up. So I don't know how long this video is.
It's
May
over
not-
an hour.
Huh?
It's over an
Well,
hour.
but we was up walking around with my back.
Yeah.
So all this is not movie.
Right.
Some of this you cut out probably.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
Good
guys,
point.
we're going to stop this video here and continue it. You'll come back to part 3. Come back and visit us. We got a lot more to
A
go.
lot more to go. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We hope you're doing well. Please like, subscribe, and share. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye. God bless.